Have you ever felt completely isolated from the world around you? Or do you believe that our societal roles define who we truly are? Franz Kafka, a renowned 20th century author. My first read of his works was this, The Metamorphosis. I don't know if I am able to show you this or not, but yes. So, this was my first read of his work. Forget your fluffy bunnies and happy endings. This one throws you a curveball, a giant beetle curveball to be precise. Gregor Samsa's bizarre transformation into a bug is equal parts horrifying and thought provoking. Gregor Samsa, the poor guy who wakes up as a bug, becomes an outcast to his family, to his society, to himself. It's bizarre. It's unsettling. Kafka does not shy away from the big questions. What does it mean to be human? Is society all about appearances? Is there any meaning to the daily grind? It is dark, it is weird, but it definitely gets you thinking. However, it is essential to remember the cultural and historical context in which Kafka's works were written. Understood? Now, this book, The Metamorphosis, is his most known work, but some argue that The Trial and the Castle is better than this one. Understood? His style is surreal, absurd, and yet eerily familiar. And I think it should be surreal and absurd, and Kafka does that perfectly. I liked him, but not as much as I thought I would. And I get that. His writing is a product of his time, a reflection of the anxieties and uncertainties of the early 20th century. Understood? There is a palpable sense of dread and powerlessness in his work, as if he is grappling with forces beyond human comprehension. And this is what gives birth to the term Kafkaesque, a word that encapsulates feelings of alienation, bureaucracy, and the absurdity of life. But let's be honest, Kafka is not for everyone. While I personally enjoyed Kafka's distinctive approach, I understand that his work might not be for everyone. Some may find it too weird or heavy, especially if they prefer lighter or more straightforward material. Understood? And as said, not every book has to be enjoyed by everyone. And Kafka's writing certainly is not for those looking for an easy read, same as Fyodor Dostoevsky's. So, if you are looking for escapism or light-hearted entertainment, so authors like Dostoevsky and Kafka might not be your cup of tea. Understood? Because literature, like a life, is a matter of personal taste. Some people prefer the comfort of familiar narratives, while others crave the intellectual challenge. There is no right or wrong answer here. Understood? So, furthermore, after Metamorphosis, the second book of Kafka I read was his collection of letters to his one-sided lover Melena. And for your information, this book was published after his death. So these are basically the collection of letters he sent to his one-sided lover Melena. And as someone who has also experienced unrequited love, I found many phrases and situations in these letters intensely relatable. In fact, I often write that special person's name between the paragraphs where I find a particular connection or when it mirrors my own feelings. And this hit a little too close to home, you see, because, well, let's just say I know a thing or two about unrequited love. Kafka pours his heart out to Melena, this woman he is hopelessly devoted to, and it is both beautiful and heartbreaking. Kafka's letters to Melena are a testament to his deep affection and constant suffering. Understood? His love for Melena was filled with pain and longing, which resonates deeply with my own unrequited affection. But the best part of Kafka's literature, in my opinion, is his writing style, especially in these letters. The way he explains situations and pours his affection and sufferings into words is incredibly moving. Understood? And as someone who has felt the sting of one sided love, I can easily understand and empathize with what he was trying to convey. Understood? It's like he cracks open his soul and lays it bare on the page. His sense of inevitable doom and dark influences might not resonate with everyone. I don't guarantee that you will appreciate Kafka, like him, or even understand what you read. There is no accounting for personal taste, and Kafka's writing certainly demands a specific kind of reader. And I think same goes with Dostoevsky. But it is funny, like how some authors just seem to tap into the same vein of human misery. And speaking of relatable, have you read Dostoevsky's Crime and Punishment? Oh, sorry. I don't know whether it is clearly visible to you or not, but I'm trying my best. But these guys, Kafka and Dostoevsky, seem to tap into this whole well of human suffering and make it almost sound poetic. Don't get me wrong, but I would not wish this unrequited love business on anyone, but there is a strange catharsis in reading about characters who feel the same way. So eventually, will you appreciate Kafka? I can't say for sure, but I urge you to approach his work with open mind. Don't just read the words. Immerse yourself in the world he creates. Let the darkness seep in and see what emerges. And the same goes with Fyodor Dostoevsky.